all the videos and YouTube channels presented in today's podcast is not sponsored nor our copyright material and is owned respectively to them. Enjoy today's podcast.
That's how it should start. You're just like, All right,
well,
all
I
right.
mean, it's not about doing this. I'm just so tired. Hello there, everybody. I am your host, AJ.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Move a little bit far away from the mic.
Okay.
It sounds like you're really close. You know.
Okay. Well, well, either way, hello, everybody. I am your host, AJ.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Joey.
And not really topics or news for today. We're just doing a chill
thing. Yeah, we're chilling. To start off, I'm gonna give you guys some nightmare fuel. Right? So there's this video called Acid Brothers by the Tusk, which was originally made by a guy that goes by Aphex Twin. That's his most popular name. So this yeah, just have a listen. It's one of my favorite videos of all time.
That guy slurping is me.
The Tusk. Ooh.
If anything, this just makes me more tired.
Your family, the beauty of family. Nothing runs through our veins. Oh yeah.
Are you okay?
Oh, this is my dude. You don't understand. This is one of my favorite videos of all time.
Well, it's not a video. It's just a still picture with music.
Well, sorry, one of my favorite music sound. Whatever, you get it. Okay, so the lyrics pick up by the middle of the video, but it's about two brothers doing acid, and they fuck each other.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
You brought some gay incest on the podcast. Thanks.
No, listen to the lyrics. It's really good.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't like how you said gay.
Oh yeah.
Either way.
Which do acid. Sometimes we wank each other.
I will literally grab my flip-flop and bust my head open with it somehow.
You got to admit, the synths in the background are actually kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah, they're good. It's just that I'm too tired for this.
Well, why are you so damn tired?
No, I've been having horrible sleep.
Oh yeah? Is it because of your anxiety?
So I started to have some stomach problems again, but it wasn't because of food poisoning like last time or whatever. It's because I ate too much of one thing.
Right.
So
too much crack, is that what it is?
Yeah. Oh, which by the way, I forgot to mention that today is September 10th, by the way.
You'll figure it out. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
One day before 9/11.
And before I continue on with my reason why I'm tired, I do want to announce really quick that the first 2 episodes starting today will be hosted on podbean.com.
Woo! This is news to me.
And we will be able to get the first 2 episodes on iTunes either on the same day, meaning today, or sometime later on in the week, and determining on how well those 2 perform within the first week or 2. That's when I'll try to invest a little bit of money so that we can continue the support of doing that.
Sorry, I'm just excited as you are.
Sounds like it.
I can't stop staring at the bear on the right, dude. The
Um,
one with the warped
well,
eyes.
there.
You mentioned that I was from a
um,
TV show. Actually, real quick, a piece of
mhm,
like history when it comes to the picture. It's actually the artist that went to like I think his cousin's birthday or something like that, and then he was like,
mhm.
"This looks really good. I'm gonna take a picture of it and just screw it up," and he did. It looks amazing, and then he made a song
Hey,
about it.
hey, at least they had goals and they achieved it.
Mm, they did. They definitely
Um,
did. they they definitely did.
but
So now we're like
to talk,
really official now. So like we're on iTunes
yep,
and that's it.
starting today or sometime later on in the week, we will be on iTunes. But for sure, the first 2 episodes will be on Podbean, and determining of how we perform on one of the 2 platforms, I will invest my own money to keep the hosting keep going on and put puts all the rest we have there. And
Gotcha.
and if and of course, if this episode makes it onto Podbean, people who are listening to Podbean or iTunes, if you want a much more visual experience, join us on the YouTube version where you can actually see what we are reacting to or talking about. Um,
As my Latino parents would say, join us on the YouTubes. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it a lot on the YouTubes. Sorry.
I'm sorry, but I'm a saltine American, so I don't know what you just said.
No, you're a ginger American. You're a
Yeah.
red. You're a redhead.
Um,
You have no soul.
but to give the boring story of why I'm tired. Um, so I was having some stomach problems again, but it was because I ate too much of something. And in my in like just everything was just hurting and gargling. So like I didn't sleep until like almost 3 o'clock in the morning that day, and then I woke up from pain 3 hours later, went back to sleep, and then I woke up like another 3 hours after that um because my friend had to leave, so he woke me up to be like, "Hey, I'm leaving." And after that, I was like, "Okay, I don't usually nap, but I'm gonna nap." And I didn't nap until like 8 o'clock last night,
Oh,
and
jeez.
so of course that and of course because of that nap, I didn't go to sleep until like 3 or 4 o'clock this morning. So
Well, to yeah, I feel that. So to be on your side, I was very busy watching Avatar: The Last Airbender because it's such a great show.
it's a great
Um,
anime.
it's a great anime. Yes, I agree with
That's a
you.
reference to episode 1. It's not a cartoon.
No, it isn't, and a lot of people. It's annoying how many people think that it's a cartoon, but it's like technically it's an anime broadcasted
Oh
on a
yay, the
kids TV
dogs are
show.
barking, and I bet people can hear that. Okay,
Bork,
please continue. I'm sorry.
bork, bork. So yeah, I was busy watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, like the
Hmm.
whole first episode. Well, not the first, like the whole first season, and I went to sleep like at 1:30 in the morning, and like I had to wake up at 5 because that's when I work. So I'm like, oh god, I regret this so much, but it was worth it.
Speaking about binge watching stuff, um, Sex in the City. Uh, no, 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 no. Don't laugh. Actually,
No,
hear out the story first.
no, I know. It's the
Um,
randomness of like binge watching. Sex in the City.
no. So the only thing I saw was the movie that came out in 2008, and then of course I saw the sequel that came out 2 years after, and I saw both of those movies in theaters, but I never actually watched the show. So the first movie is on Netflix now, and I watched it rewatched it because again, last time I saw it was in 2008, so that's 11 years ago.
Yeah.
And I still liked it. So
Sorry.
so I still like it as I did back then. But I sat there and I was like, you know what? I never actually saw the show. Maybe I should watch it. So for the past 2 weeks, I binge watched all of it. Well, I say binged, but for the past 2 weeks, I watched it. I finished it. It's okay. Like it's not bad, but like I think the movie kind of tainted me with like not really expectations, but like it's set a standard for me.
The thing is that I wouldn't dedicate that much to a series with the
Um,
title Sex and the City.
and the
It's
city.
Sex and the City. Like what is it about? Like I don't know.
It's about sex and the city. Like I'm not kidding. It is centered around four women who are in their mid to late 30s. One of them being much older by being like I think she's in her early 40s, mid 40s. Um, and it's just them going through relationship stuff in life. That's pretty much it. Uh, but it's set in New York City.
I don't
Um,
think I would be attracted to a show like that. Just
it's
I don't know.
it it's definitely more of it's definitely more of a girl thing. Um, but that's my thing. I don't really care if it's a girl thing or a guy thing. I will just watch whatever because I just like watching stuff.
Right.
Um, again, like it's not bad. It's okay, and like there and again, I think the only reason why it's okay for me is because the movie kind of set a standard for me. But there's a prequel series that came out 6 years ago on the CW called The Carrie Diaries, which is about the main character before she made it to the city.
Right.
Um, and it only lasted 2 seasons. Um, because it got canceled. But right now I'm halfway through season 2, so basically I'm almost done. And just like the first show, it's okay. It's not bad. Um, I know that when I'm done with this, I'll be binge watching. I love this. Um, I know I'll be binge watching the new Dark Crystal show that came out because since I've been waiting for that for like 2 years. So
Right. Right. Dude, I
and
haven't
now
even watched
and now that
sorry.
hmm? No, what?
I haven't even watched like season 3 of Stranger Things and I've been waiting for it a long time.
Dude, it's so good. It's I'm not saying this just to say it. I'm saying it because I actually do mean it. It's the best season they've had so far. Uh the first season is obviously great. The second one is good, but not as good as the first. But the third is just hands down the best season.
Right. I really want to watch it cuz I legitimately haven't had a chance to just be like, "All right, let's watch this." You know?
I've already seen the third season 3 times.
Well, yeah,
and like
that's
the only,
because you don't have a job.
well, I just want you to know that this came out before I graduated from school. You
Oh,
ass.
oh, sorry,
Um,
sorry, sorry.
so fight me.
Hey, no,
But
you.
no, each time I watched it, it was with a different person. So
If you want, you can
yeah,
lower the audio and like let this play in the background because I think I like it. It's very nice. It's a Kingdom
cool.
Hearts remix by the Dearly Beloved song.
Yeah, for the in post, I'll just I'll just take out the audio. Um,
Copyrighted, right?
but well, it's not that, but no, just don't worry
Whatever.
about it.
All right, cool.
Um, but I'll be showing some videos that I actually found last night because since I was up late last night.
Oh
Uh,
god, I would love
not
that.
not now, but like I'm still in the talking mode. Um,
Yeah, boy. I
but
appreciate it.
uh, life stuff really quick.
Oh,
I
okay.
had a last minute job interview today.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Like,
Um,
how did that go?
I'm not gonna say who it's with,
Yeah,
but
we know, we know.
but but the job is an internship, sadly unpaid. But
Oh
at this
no.
point, but at this point, it's like, you know what? The job is only for 4 months anyway, and it's experience, and like no one else is giving me a job right now, whether it's paying or not paying anyway. So like at least it will make me have a guaranteed 29 hours to do something per week. Um, but they said they would call me back later on in the week if I've uh if I've
Successfully, yeah.
if I have progressed within their system or whatever.
Jeez, man.
Um,
But you'll be
and then
traveling, yo.
no. This is this is a different thing.
Oh, different thing.
Yeah, the first thing is tomorrow morning.
Oh, you're getting the interview tomorrow.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah,
That's nice. At least they followed up on it. They weren't like, oh, you didn't qualify. Like how it happened with me in Miami. Like I was supposed to do this
yeah.
thing in Miami, and they were just like, no, um, sorry, you don't meet the right qualifications. Even though I literally like drove for 4 hours just for an interview. You know?
Yeah, the first thing is an actual full-time job. But the one that I just had today was an internship here within the Jacksonville area.
Oh, nice. I love that, man.
Um,
Sorry to interrupt. Did you get a
no.
chance to play Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yeah, of course. I have it.
What do you think about Kingdom Hearts 3?
I mean, I like it. It's not great, but I like it.
Yeah, the thing is that it just didn't motivate me. Like okay. Um sorry, say what you're going to say. I lost track. I lost my train of
No,
thought.
so okay, so the thing with Kingdom Hearts 3 is, so here's the thing. I didn't have expectations to begin with anyway. Uh which I know is kind of shocking for me to say for people who know me and like how much they know that I love Kingdom Hearts and like how long I was waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 to begin with.
Right.
But like I didn't have expectations to begin with. Like I actually did not. Um so I do want to clarify that I didn't have any expectations that killed the possibility of it being a great game for me. No, I genuinely think it's like a solid 7 out of 10. Um and my reasons are because uh the story itself throughout the whole game is okay. It's not bad. Um it does have some weird pacing compared to the first two.
Right.
Uh
It's
and
very
like sometimes,
slow.
yeah, and it's not consistent. The worlds are phenomenal,
I
but
can agree
but
to
the
it.
but the issue with the worlds is, again, it comes down to the story. So like this is when we get into the nit and gritty, because for people who have played Kingdom Hearts, you know that there's an overarching story and then there's a story within each world. And my issue with the stories in each world for Kingdom Hearts 3 was that it wasn't like the first two games where that it was their own spin and take with a heartfelt story. Um except for the Pixar ones. The Pixar ones were actually good
Yeah, I
because the
really like
people
them.
from Pixar worked with the team to make the best story possible for those worlds. And if you have played Kingdom Hearts 3, I would think most people would agree with me that the best worlds were the Pixar worlds, not because it was Pixar, but because the stories were better. Because I don't know if you noticed, but in the worlds that are based off of exclusively Disney, they literally just ripped off the movies.
Yep. The as always, the
They
Tarzan, Tangled, etc. Like it pretty much the same.
they 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 ripped off the movie and had Sora, Donald, and Goofy off to the side in the background, not even participating in the actual movie story. And this is what I'm talking about, where that it's not like the first two games, because the first two games you're in the story of the movie, but it changes because of how Sora, Donald, and Goofy are there. But it changes in a way where that it is its own heartfelt, unique story. Whereas with 3, they're in the movie, but the movie's actually happening off to the side, whereas Sora, Donald, and Goofy are off to the side, not actually participating in it.
Yep.
Which is not good writing. Like, it doesn't make you immersed or like care about the actual characters, especially for the Frozen one. Because with the Frozen one, the only people you really, well, you do talk to every single character, but I could tell that when they first met Elsa, they wanted to do something there, but because of something going on behind the scenes of like making the game, they they talked to Elsa in the beginning, in the very end, and that's it.
Yeah, there was a whole theory dedicated to a game theory. Did a whole theory
Yeah, yeah,
because of the whole new
I saw
movie
it.
coming out. Yeah, the whole movie coming out. It's a pretty interesting theory. I would definitely recommend
Well,
everyone go watch it.
not just that. I think the franchise is ready to split off on its own without the Disney name attached to it. Not because of Disney itself, but because the franchise itself has gotten so big to the point where that it doesn't necessarily need Disney nor the Final Fantasy names attached anymore. Like, Kingdom Hearts has essentially become its own thing at this point. It's because when Matt Pat mentioned that in his theory, that's when I reflected back and like looked at each game, and I was like, yeah, I know, like slowly there've been like less and less attachments to Disney, especially to Final Fantasy, because there is no Final Fantasy at all in
And
Kingdom
Kingdom
Hearts
Hearts
3.
3, yeah. I was very disappointed in that. I was kind of expecting to fight Sephiroth, like how you did in Kingdom Hearts 1, but I guess
Yeah,
not.
no, no, I had no expectations of that to begin with.
Yeah,
Um,
I was very like that is such a fun boss fight, especially when you have the ultimate weapon and you're fighting
mhm.
against Sephiroth. That is such an awesome boss fight.
um,
It's one of the best
I'm
in my opinion.
happy. I'm happy you're bringing up Kingdom Hearts 3 though, because I was actually gonna bring up the trailer they just came out for the DLC.
There's DLC.
Well, I mean,
What?
yeah, I mean they not only did they announce this before the game even came out, there were rumors about it like 3 years before the game came out about there being
Jesus.
DLC. But yeah, it's called the Remind DLC. Um, like the trailer alone does absolutely nothing for me. I'm just sitting here going like, okay, cool, whatever. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Uh,
They really
but when you
flopped
try,
on that.
but when you try to Google what's got to be in the DLC, they haven't given any info about that whatsoever. And I'm just sitting here going like, it comes out in December, 3 months, and you're not going to give out any info in just a trailer. That means absolutely nothing. Cool. Okay. Um, which of course I've already told my friend Xavier, that I wouldn't buy and play the DLC anyway. Uh,
Mhm.
because like I personally got my conclusion. So
Yeah, and it was a pretty good conclusion. I have to say,
yeah.
it is the most complete and the most cohesive that they have ever been with Kingdom Hearts. They're like
Well, I mean, yeah, they
finally,
kind of had to, because since all the other games were just like making it all jumbled up.
yeah, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna release more Kingdom Hearts games." It's like no one cares. Please, just finish the
I
game.
I loved the twist that they showed in the credits with what's his face? I'm already forgetting his name.
Spoilers.
The guy with the eye patch.
Oh, Zemnis. I think it's
No,
Zygmus.
the
Zigbar.
guy Zigbar, thank you.
Yep.
Um I just really loved that plot twist with him.
Ooh,
With
don't no no don't
you know,
don't 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 don't. People are gonna be like, don't.
the game's been out for 8 months. I'm sorry, but get over it. Um,
I understand. I understand. There's people that are
uh,
like anal about like freaking Harry Potter spoilers, and that game, that movie is like 10 years old.
all I do is roll my eyes. Um, uh, and
Snake kills on the floor.
and sticking with the topics of games really quick. Actually, they released today the opening for Persona 5R.
Ooh,
Um, of what you will see first when you play the game.
that is
Uh,
noise.
and don't get me wrong, I love it, but I don't think it's good compared to the. Sorry. Okay, rephrase. It's not as good as the first one, I think.
Right.
Uh,
As Persona
but
5.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Uh, but it is still a really good opening. Um, and I didn't know that it was supposed to come out on Halloween in Japan, so I'm just sitting here going like, you mother effers! Like we have to wait like almost a whole year in order to get it. That's bull.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel with Ace Attorney translations. They never they never, like, for example, Daigekuten Saiban, the Great Ace Attorney. They're not going to have an English translation for it because of the whole
Okay,
Sherlock Holmes IP and everything like that. And that's ah, ah,
okay,
come on, Japan.
that's dumb. Okay, um,
There's a whole bunch of reasons.
yeah, um,
You're gonna put the trailer.
oh the Persona 5R thing.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you want to put the trailer. I'm down to see
I
it.
mean, yeah, yeah, sure. I mean, again, it's really good.
Did I ever tell you what is my favorite series of all time?
Uh, no, I
I
don't
think
think
I
you
have.
have.
Oh, okay. Well, it's Ace Attorney. I freaking love it. It's one of my
A-
favorite series of all
actually,
time.
never mind. I think you did tell me that.
Yeah.
It's
So,
because as soon as you said it, it just sounded familiar at that point. Oh wait.
sorry. I'll
Oh no, it's all good.
I'll take it off. No, because it's gonna keep going. It's a playlist. But there you
Oh, I didn't realize that was a playlist.
go. Giggity.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
no. Continue with what you were saying first.
Yeah. So, for those of you wondering, what is Ace Attorney game? It's a lawyer point and click game. It's freaking awesome. You should definitely give it a try with emulators or whatever you want to try it with.
And if I remember, this was a thing before Rampa was even a thing, right?
Yes, it was
Yeah.
way before it came. The first ever
The late
Daigek.
'90s, right?
Yes, the first ever Gyakuten Saiban game came out for the GBA, and then it got
Okay.
ported over to the Wii, and then after no, sorry, then it got ported over to the DS. The first ever game got a quote unquote extra case, which was quote unquote DLC, but it wasn't really. It's just sort of like an added bonus, which
Mm-hmm.
wasn't canon, and I'm very upset, but whatever, it's fine because it's such a great freaking case. But yeah, you're essentially this lawyer, and you contradict the testimony and stuff like that, and you essentially find the truth. You try to prove your client's innocent, and that's the whole premise. But my God, the writing in that game is amazing. Like, I don't remember the writer for the game, but it is he is a genius. All of the characters I love. I don't think I have found the single character that I dislike. Maybe Wendy Oldbag, but that's pretty much it.
Well, I mean, with a name like Wendy, I mean, what? Nah, I'm just kidding. It's
uh,
because of the old bag part.
yeah, the old bag.
Rip.
Yeez. Um, but yeah, there's been so many great games, and I honestly am eager for an Ace Attorney 7 already. Jesus, man, it's been
Wait,
so
7?
long.
Jeez.
Yes. So the first game is just regular Ace Attorney, and that's where they establish who you are.
Persona at this point could have had 7 if they didn't work on 5 for so long.
But how did 5 turn out?
Oh, dude, freaking fantastic! It's
Well, there
like,
you go.
yeah,
They wanted to make
like
it
it's
really good.
it's close to being a masterpiece,
Yeah.
which is why they're coming out with Persona
Royale.
5R. Yeah.
Okay. That's the first game, which is
Mhm.
just regular old Ace Attorney, and they explain who Maya is, or Mia, who Mia is, and how she's a spirit medium, and how she can contact the dead and take their form. And this
Yeah,
is
I've seen Game Grumps play it.
yeah, it's honestly,
Yeah.
all jokes aside, play it by yourself, you're gonna have a blast. The plot twists are insane in that game. Um, the
Mhm.
second game is Justice for All. Uh, awesome game. It progresses the plot. By the way, the first 3 games are all connected. Like their story is all intertwined together. Granted, not for every case, but it's kind of like all leading up to the third game, which is the best one in the series IMO, which is Trials and Tribulations. So the gimmick of each Ace Attorney is that each Ace Attorney has a different prosecutor. Um, so in the first game is Edgeworth, the second game is Francisca von Karma, and the third game is Godot. Godot is one of the best prosecutors IMO. I love him to death. His character design is amazing.
Mhm.
I love coffee. That's all I gotta say. It's a little it's a little um uh like reference to the game. Then afterwards came Apollo Justice, which tried to introduce a brand new character and use the full capabilities of the Nintendo DS to have full on sprite animations, which were fantastic.
Nice.
Um, the story though wasn't as good, but still I love it and I hold it dear to my heart. After that game, the came the Ace Attorney Investigations spin-offs, which were great in itself, especially the second one. Jesus Christ, writing is amazing. And then afterwards came the 3DS. The first ever game release. Sorry, I know I'm going a lot into Ace Attorney, but it's
No,
just
it's all good.
I have to share it with the world. Uh, the the first ever game that came out for the 3DS was uh, Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, which is fantastic. Uh, one of the best Professor Layton's stories IMO besides what's it called, the Diabolical Box, which is really good as well. Seriously, all of these games are fantastic. They pour so much love into these games and so much detail. Then afterwards came out Dual Destinies, which everyone considers the best game, but they have not played the original trilogy, which holds a very special place in my heart. Um, And then the sixth game is Spirit of Justice, which is very cultural, I guess you could say, very
Mhm.
open to interpretation because you everyone talks about the Korean village, which is where the spirit mediums go to train to develop their powers. But they never talk about the kingdom. And you get to go to the kingdom and you get to learn their law system and you get to understand have a more basic or general understanding of how everything works. And again, the attention to detail is absolutely fascinating because they literally built a whole entire culture just for that game. And the setup for passing Apollo the torch to become the next Ace Attorney was amazing. And then these are the final two, I promise. Came out Daigekuten Saiban, which is the great Ace Attorney, and Daigekuten Saiban 2, which is the continuation of the first one, obviously. Now, for these 2 games, they have spent years, and I'm talking years since the early 90s to almost mid 90s to today trying to perfect a formula for an Ace Attorney game, and I can say without a doubt that the Great Ace Attorney 1 is a perfected formula of the Ace Attorney franchise. And the music is extremely well orchestrated. The the character design is extremely well done. The attention to detail to prehistoric era is amazingly well done. The language, the translation, oh my god, it's so good. Seriously, if you have money to spend, which is $15 by the way, get it on the 3DS, get custom firmware for it, get the patch, play the game. It's beautiful.
I'm gonna say a repeat of what I said last week. The only money I have is for Amiibo and
And
Pokemon.
Oh man, if anything, I would love to do like a stream of the first episode, because I that's one of my favorite games of all time. I would replay every single
Yeah.
one of them, but for me, like I would do it. Um, but yeah, like just had to gush a little bit about Ace Attorney.
Oh no, it's all good. I mean, personally, I would do the same if it was something about Persona or Kirby or Pokemon. So like,
And the thing is, absolutely every single game is canon except for the spin-offs, which is oh, and the first case of the first game. No, the fifth case of the first game. Sorry. Uh, might I add one awesome thing that you get to do in Dual Destinies, which is the fifth game in the series. They tried to go big with it. So essentially, they tried to incorporate a mastermind terrorist into the game, and in all five cases, they're all connected,
mhm.
because of one single character. No spoilers, but essentially, you get to apprehend a terrorist, a terrorist spy, might I add, that has been terrorizing the lives of the characters and the brand new character named Athena for years. And the satisfaction that you have when taking down the mastermind criminal is insane. The music, everything leading up to it is absolutely fantastic. Anyway, if that doesn't give you enough inspiration to at least try Dual Destinies, I don't know what will.
I don't know if I told you this, but Persona, every single game, even the spin-offs, they're all canon.
I know you told me.
And
Specifically
it makes
last
no
episode.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, like I don't know how it is, but they're like, nope, it's all canon. And it's just like, okay. Like, sure.
All right. Let's watch this trailer. I'm curious to watch.
Yeah. So again, this is what this is what you'll see as soon as the game opens up.
Ooh.
Yeah. And if you want, I can show you what the opening was for the first version.
I would like to. We could put it on the queue.
I would say for me, it's more of the song. Like, the sequence of the animation is definitely as good as the first, but I think it's the song that kind of brings it down a little bit for me.
Right.
Which it's not that I don't like the song. I do. It's just, I don't know. I don't think it's best fitting.
I like the character designs a lot.
Oh, dude, the character designs for all the Persona games, but more specifically 5, are really good. Except for her, because she looks exactly like the female protagonist from Persona 3. Like, just straight up.
Okay.
But
I have never played a single Persona game.
Oh, dude. Like, you're missing out, but at the same time, you're not. And the reason why I'm saying you're not is because, again, there's so many games at this point, and there's so much time to dump into them. I don't know if you want to put all that time into it.
I'll probably, like, play the 5th game.
Well, just wait until Persona 5R comes out.
Well, you told me not to, like, play R first. You told me to play the first, the first version of 5, which is just regular Persona 5.
Persona 5 opening, and then here's the one that came out for Persona 5, the first one.
Okie dokie. Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah.
Like, I really like the opening song.
Yeah, like this song is fitting for for a sequence like this. Especially because since you can see the cues through the sequence itself matching up with the song. Whereas for the opening for Persona 5R, I don't know. I just love this opening so much.
The stylish, like, movement. It's pretty cool.
It's just so good. I'll always remember when they showed this for the first time, which of course they showed this when I was still technically at the Art Institute before going to Full Sail.
Right.
I was flipping the hell out in my seat, and my teacher was getting mad because I just wasn't shutting up. And I was just like, no, you don't get it. Like, this. And they're just like, I don't care because I don't know what it is. And I was just like, but yet you're in an art school. Teaching in an art school. And it's funny because the next project we were doing was a presentation based off of a franchise that we liked.
Well, there you go.
Because since during that time there was a lot of Persona 5 stuff being announced and everything like that. That's when I decided to do it on Persona. She didn't say there was a time limit, so that took me, I think it was like 25 minutes.
Okay.
And like I gave the plot points for each major game, not really the spin-offs. Like for the spin-offs I would give like 2 sentences, but for the main games I would actually go into like full deep analysis. And she gave me, now that assignment was the highest grade I got out of any assignment in the Art Institute, because keep in mind, while I was there, this is the time when like I didn't really care about my grades and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She gave me an A, which was like the highest that I got. And she said she would have given me a full 100, but she didn't like how long it went.
Well,
And
too
then, of
bad.
course,
So sad. That's okay.
and of course she said you could have taken this part out, this part out, this part out, etc., etc. And I said to her, but would you be able to understand what I was saying throughout the entire thing if I didn't say any of those things? And she's like, no. And I was like, well, then you just made my point. Like,
Increase the time limit. That's all you got to do, homie.
and of course that's when she said to me, well, maybe you can come up with a way to like be able to convey it within a few seconds.
Oh my
And
god.
I'm just like,
can we talk about Full Sail instructors? I don't care if they're
well,
like,
I mean,
take it down, take it down.
Well, I mean, just don't name them.
I guess so. All right, let's talk about Full Sail instructors here. Do you know about?
Well, sorry, no. Correction. Actually, to be more specific, Full Sail film teachers.
Film teachers. Thank you. Good clarification.
It's because I'll say this: I've met many other teachers at Full Sail who are amazing, especially in the Masters of Entertainment business.
Oh yes, for sure. I would have to say that as well.
This is not a sponsor, I promise.
No, yeah, no, I don't think Full Sail will want to sponsor us.
No.
No, but there's awesome instructors that I seriously love, and I've learned so much through. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind if I mentioned his name, because he's a really good buddy. His name is Jeff Pendergrass. I know you know him. He's an audio instructor, and he is very good at explaining and setting up wireless like wireless sound system. And it's freaking insane the amount of like stuff that he taught me in school. And I honestly appreciate that. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have a passion for audio in general.
I will say this: I also love Jeff, and can I give a story why?
Oh, sure, go ahead.
So
We're talking
I really
about
love
Full
Jeff
Sail instructors.
because it was for our final film project, and I'm not going to name names, but certain higher ups of the production were not letting me do my job as, as someone who was working audio.
Audio engineer. Yeah, you're a sound recordist.
Yeah, and they just wouldn't let me do my job, and what didn't help was a certain bitter old man who was a instructor of that class had his own ideals, which were technically not wrong but not right at the same time, because it's film, it's an art. There's no set thing for you to do something. Like,
Right.
it's however you want to approach it, because you're an artist. You do what is best for you. Uh, so it didn't help that the director not only looked up to him, but like would kiss his butt.
Oh, I
Um,
think I know who you're talking about.
and of course, what wouldn't help was the other two instructors would side with him because of who he is. Um,
Okay, I'm gonna give
so
hints so that you can confirm. Uh, did he? Is he very well known director?
no, he was a cinematographer.
Oh, okay. Even I know who this is now. Okay, go ahead.
Again, the bitter old man.
You
Um,
fucking.
I, I mean, like, I even called him mean Santa to his face. Um,
You got him there, Bucko.
no, like, um, but so when all that stuff was happening, I was like getting mad, and then that's when I approached it to Jeff, and Jeff was like, "Just stay right here, take a breather. Let me see if I can go and talk with them." So he does that, and then so I decided to go to where catering is, and
Oh,
and then
crafty. Mhm.
uh yeah, crafting, and then
This ain't Minecraft. This ain't no Minecraft. This ain't crafting. This ain't no crafting. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. And then Jeff is right next to me, and he said, "This is where you work." And I was like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "This is where you work." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "If this is the real world," and he said, "If this is the real world, you're getting paid and they don't want you to do your job, well, guess what? You're getting paid and there's free food. Have fun." And straight up I said to him, "You know what? You're right, because my payment in this scenario is my grade, and the person who determines my grade is Jeff, not the other teachers."
Okay.
So like I was like, "Okay, you're right. Let's treat this as the real world like basically like the whole real world scenario. I get paid and I get to eat free food for doing nothing. Cool. I'm down for that." And that's what happened. Like it,
Jeff is such a
it
great freaking instructor. He is
yeah.
such a great guy. You know, he referred me to other projects. Like he was like, "Hey, yeah, I have a really good guy that's still in town," and he referred me to a project that was happening at a coffee shop. And he was like, "Yeah, you want to come?" And I'm like, "Okay, sure." As a boom, I was like, "No, as a sound recorder. So I want you to handle the cart." I'm like, "Yo, okay, all right, dope."
Nice.
So he gives me all the equipment. I load it into the truck. We start cracking jokes. I start making him laugh. It's such a great day. I'm doing. Uh, oh, I probably shouldn't say his name. He's a really good guy too. I love him. He's a Spanish instructor with frizzy hair.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if you know who he is.
No. Wait. Yes, I do. Never mind.
Yeah. So him and Jeff usually hang out a lot, and they're always talking, and like we went to a coffee shop, and literally the best set I've worked at in terms of like doing work, because it was just so chill. Like I was doing my job super effectively. Not only that, like I was making such a good impression on people. It felt like I was doing this out of second nature, and I was actually enjoying a lot my job.
Mhm.
And Jeff noticed it, and he was like, "Dude, you want to be part of more projects?" And this, mind you, this was when I was still in school. And I was like, yeah. So we kept on going through more projects, and like we got to hang out a lot more, and we became a lot friendlier towards each other. And Yeah, whenever he would refer to me, he was just like, "Yo, dude, this guy's legendary." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You're really good at handling the equipment." I'm like, "Oh, the pupil overtakes the master." So yeah,
Um,
but now talking about
here's
the bad ones.
well, here's the thing, really quick. I didn't tell you the worst thing that happened on that final project when it came with me to not being able to do my job.
Right.
It got so bad to the point where the director herself,
Ooh, herself.
n-
Gotcha.
not, she didn't just take it off. She ripped the audio equipment off of the actor, and she did it when I wasn't around because since I was trying to conversate with the ADs.
Mm-hmm.
And then so when the next take was being done, all of a sudden I wasn't hearing anything. And I said, pause for sound. And then all I heard was, there is no sound. And I was like, no, that's what I'm trying to figure out. And they're like, no, there's no sound for this take. And I was like, why? And then she said, it's because there's no, it's because we don't need it. And I was like, but it doesn't matter if there's no talking. There's still rustling of clothes. There's still footsteps. There's
Production
breathing,
sound.
that. And then all I heard was, it doesn't matter. It's got to take too much time anyway. And I was like, what do you mean? It's on them right now. And they're like, no, I took it off. And I was like, you did what? And then so that's when it kind of like made me just flip out. And then that's when the stuff that I said before, that's when it went down that road.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and here's the thing: when I got it back, the 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 antenna for the lav was gone.
Oh
And
no.
so like,
Dude, Lord
yeah,
forbid, whenever I'm
yeah,
on a show, someone
and
touches my sound equipment, they're getting
and
straight fired under their butts,
and
dude.
and and here's the thing: I found it, so it's fine. But after that day of shooting, I went up to the director and I straight up said to her, um, "You're not allowed to touch this equipment." And it's not because I don't want you to touch it. It's because, yes, we're trying to do real world scenario here, but at the same time, we're still at school. So I just want you to know that for you messing up with equipment that neither you nor I both own, you almost made me lose the antenna. And then she's like, oh, it's just the antenna. And I was like, do you know how much it is? She's like, I don't know, a few bucks. And I'm like, no, it's like $200 freaking dollars. And she's like, oh. And I was like, yeah. So stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's why I love you, man. Because you're
and then,
straight to the point.
and then, and then that's when the conversation went down to trying to meet in the middle so that we wouldn't be fighting for like the next day, the last day.
Right.
And she was explaining why they didn't need sound for this, that. And I told her, I was like, you do know that in real world scenario, if you have a really good audio guy, aka you have him in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
he would be recording everything, because I could tell you now, the guys in post would probably appreciate having all this extra stuff.
Right. Even if it's
And,
even if
and
it's
then,
like not even
yeah,
useful, like they would still appreciate that they have some leverage.
exactly. And then she said, and of course she said, it doesn't matter because the way I have it sorted out in my head, I don't need all the extra stuff. And I was like, you don't, but what about all the rest of the students who will be editing your shitty film? I said that to her.
Oh, oh! I wish I had your balls, dude.
And then
That is
and
so
then
gorgeous.
and then basically I said to her, here, what about this? If people come to me and say, hey, Austin, what happened to the sound for next month's class? Do you give me permission to say, I don't know, go ahead and ask director's name here? And she said yes. So the following month, when there were like 5 or 6 groups of my class doing that film, every single one of them, which by the way, each group had 2 people, so 12 people came up to me and said, "Hey, Austin, what happened to sound?" And I said to them, "I don't know. Go ahead and ask director's name here." Wow. And I noticed after that day, she gave me like just looks and
like so much sass,
and was always trying to avoid me, which it's not like I was trying to talk to her to begin with anyway.
Mm-hmm. But you noticed,
and I'm, yeah, and of course I'm just sitting here going like, "Hey, I'm only doing what you agree to." So I don't freaking care.
This is why I love sound, especially in film, because like every single sound guy is just the most chill person I've ever friggin' met.
Like, they're realistic.
Like literally, like you're a sound guy, I'm a sound guy, we're doing a podcast, it's all chill. Like Felix Axelson, he's a sound guy and he's doing really good things in Iceland. Friggin' John is a sound guy. What's his name? Crap, I always forget his name. Is also a sound guy and I always forget his name. But he's really cool and I love him. I have him on Discord. I've been trying to get in contact with him quite recently. I want to know how he's doing. He's up in Atlanta right now. So yeah, like literally like every single sound guy that I have met, super freaking chill, or even like just non-talkative. Like Felix Axelson, like the moment we got on the same set together, we became really good friends. Like, and I was very surprised because I wasn't expecting a friendship to come out of just a film set that was on pure coincidence, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, like those are the good instructors. Let's talk about the bad ones.
Well, really quick before we continue on, and this does relate to school related stuff. Back when one of the most godly apps existed, aka Vine, there was a Viner. I don't even know what the hell they were called.
Yeah,
a Vine person. Viner. Luckily, he was one of the guys who was able to transition to YouTube. His name is Hardstop Lucas. And I actually just saw this video yesterday. It's a 4-minute video, and it's called basically how teachers tell you you're failing a test while you are taking it. Okay. And I just found this.
I'm not playing these games.
Oh, I know who he is.
Yeah, and I just found it so relatable.
Johnny here. Dave. Hello. Gina. Is there Gina? Gina. I guess there's no Gina here today.
She just faded out of existence.
Mostly everyone is here, so I'm going to start passing out the test. Test? It's the first day of school. Like, let us chill. Relax a little bit. There is no chilling. You came here to work, so we working. Like, you don't even know me yet. Like, get to know us first. Like, damn, what's my favorite breakfast food? Be quiet. I'm passing out the test now. I don't want to hear a single word from nobody.
I wonder how his mom is like accepted of his yelling.
Excuse me, can we calculate it?
Especially since they live in a house so small.
That's crazy. No, what's crazy is you still being here. Get the hell out. I didn't want to be in this stink class anyway. I don't care.
Like,
you act like I care how you feel. Hey, what's up?
Obviously, this is exaggerated, but like, there's a good bit of it that's actually true to some level.
Yeah. That's what it said.
I've gone to Poinciana High School.
But y'all came right in time. A seat just opened up and I thought somebody was sitting over there, but I guess
I thought someone was sitting over there. You know,
Tina.
It's whatever. Gina.
Right?
Gina, yeah.
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro.
What's up? I think you're sitting in my seat. Nah, I'm just kidding with you. Hey, remember that shit?
I think you see him. I see. Where's your name on it?
Yeah. like literally, he stole his dread, his backpack, his lunch, his mom. It's funny.
No cheating. You may begin.
Oh boy.
He literally just started and he's already looking at the clock.
You're doing good. Keep up the great work. Remember to read each question carefully. There's no room for mistakes.
Literally says this after looking at the one student's test.
See, now that's what I like to see. That's perfect. I'm proud of you. Keep it up.
And now he's like, what the hell am I doing wrong?
Please take your time. God, stop rushing.
Love it.
Did you see the coughing one?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Literally, he's teaching in front of him.
I love everything I see on that paper. All right, this stupid. Right on time. I'm not playing these games. Are you even trying? That's it. If you got something to say, then just say it. I know you're not talking. During the test. Can you stop criticizing me? I didn't say nothing. I told you. You get graded my test out loud. Making me look stupid. How? By telling the class the test is important. You only warned them after you look at my test. Trying to embarrass me. That's a shame. And you know me better than that. You know the last thing I would ever try to do is try to embarrass one of my students. Look at this. Whose dumbass task is this? Give me back my damn task.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
Oh man, I miss Vine so much.
Yeah. God,
but
apps,
yeah,
as you said.
You wanted to talk about bad teachers at Full Sail.
Oh man, after a video like that, I kind of don't.
Good.
I think one of the teachers that I have to mention, well, not their name, but is
the last one we have.
Well, two actually
within the film program. Oh, okay.
Yes, two. One of them is a she, and one of them is a he. So
no discrimination. Okay.
One of the first teachers that I've honestly had a trouble with, or instructor or whatever, was in VER.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the ICE class or whatever, where we had to come out with our own CEO and stuff like that.
You mean VEM?
VEM, sorry, VEM.
Which
I
is
work for VER.
Which is the class where we were like, hey, you like Game Grumps? I like Game Grumps.
Yeah, that's where we met.
Yeah.
One of the best and worst classes of all time. But anyway, you know, of course, who I'm referring to. It's the guy with the frizzy hair.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I'm open to accept criticism as much as the next guy. But literally our third month in, not knowing exactly what the hell we're doing, what branding is, or how to incorporate it into the film industry whatsoever, this man is so anal about every single detail imaginable. And again, I'm open to accept criticism because the worst criticism is usually the best. But literally, we are starting to learn like how to make films in the first place, how to micromanage, and how to essentially learn how to make presentations and how to be good at what we do when trying to create our own brand. And then like every single idea that I've had was just basically burned to the ground and in perfect fashion because of so much stress and like so much pressure that just one guy was piling on. And honestly, like, you know, if I'm going to learn, like, at least give me criticism on how I can improve and not freaking just bash the whole entire project saying basically that it sucks, you know?
Yeah.
That's my first issue with Full Sail. Second, not enough audio engineering classes. There's not enough. There's only like 2, and one of
Well-
them is just visual
well, here's-
storytelling.
Well, here's the thing. If you want that, then you do the programs that focus on audio, not film.
Well, the thing is, I want to learn audio for
Um,
film. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, I want to do audio engineering for film. Like, I want to learn how to boom up. I want to learn how to basically do wireless transmissions and like how to essentially learn how to do audio on the field. I don't want to be doing everything else because I already found my niche. Can I focus on audio? No, because that's apparently not a thing that you can do. There's only one class for audio, and the rest are just creative writing or like FI4 and directive crap.
Well, I mean, you do need that because it's
yes,
because
like I
those
said,
are the other parts of film. But
yes,
the
but
issue,
there's more for those.
the problem with film, in my opinion, the film program at Full Sail was that literally 90% of the classes are cinematography, which again, I get it, it's film, but that's why they have a specific degree called digital I don't basically I do not remember the full name.
Digital
but
media?
But no, it's not media. But it focuses specifically on the camera stuff. So basically you have technically 3 separate programs who do that. Whereas in film you should have it where that it focuses at, I mean, I get that it's hard to focus on all of the departments equally, but they could cut back a lot of camera related stuff and focus it on more lighting, sound,
Exactly.
and personally, writing. I'm sorry, but the people who write the short films are not good.
Yeah, they're trash. At least, hey, I'll give them credit. At least they wrote something, because like we freaking procrastinate. Specifically me, I procrastinate an insane amount, and I never get anything done.
Well,
ever.
Well, here's my thing. My script from creative writing was actually the highest graded one, and I was thinking about submitting it, but I was like, no, I don't want Full Sail to have this. I'll keep it for myself.
Right. Well, as you should, because that's their property now, and they can get awarded for it. Blah, 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 whatever.
well, I mean, I got no issue with that.
Right.
My issue is
it won't be yours.
Well, no, it is technically still mine. It's just co-partnered with Full Sail. The biggest issue I have is I knew that if I submitted it and they accepted it, they would water it the hell down. And it's like, well, if you like it, then why water the great storytelling that made you get into it?
Mm-hmm.
All the character development, all this, all that. Why would you want to? It's because that's what they do. Because that's what they do every single time. They go like, "We really like this. Now let's water it down." Like, why? If you like it, do it. Like,
right.
Crap. Oh man, I had a burp and there we go.
I think we should.
I'm pretty sure the mic picked it up, but
I said I think we should wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
It's been an hour.
Dude,
and no, actually, it's been almost 2 hours. Yeah, we started.
It's been an hour, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
It's only been an hour.
No way.
I have a timer going right now.
Really? Okay. Well, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just really hungry. I haven't eaten anything like at all today. No joke. I have not eaten anything and I am completely starving. I'm so hungry. I'm internally eating myself.
That sounds like a you problem.
Okay. All right.
Here, let me show you this very small clip.
Old and messed up.
Just buy a new one. Your card was declined.
Was that your voice?
Huh?
That sounded like your voice for a second.
No, it wasn't mine.
All right. Well, I have a very short clip too.
In all honesty, I wish people would hire me for voice work, but
right. All right. Well, here's my special clip.
Wait, actually, I think I got mine in before yours.
Yes, you did. No, you're good. You're good. You can play it.
Here, it's called Pizza Time. Wait a minute. Look.
Oh, that looks like flippers. Oh God, that looks like flippers.
Oh, just wait.
That looks like the pizzeria that I worked at.
Wait.
Oh, this is giving me bad nightmares.
Just watch this horribly made pizza come out to be a freaking masterpiece in 10 seconds.
All right.
Oh, I've seen this.
Raining. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So, are you gonna leave, dude? Because it's 2 a.m. and everybody else has gone home. The pizza is going to be cold. I'm sorry, pizza? Guaranteed 30 minutes, or it's free.
I just love how we both
guaranteed 30 years
did videos that literally
relate to pizza. Yeah.
Is this because I wouldn't play Twister with you? It's been 31 minutes. That's disappointment. That's cold pizza. Go ahead, open it. No, I'll open it for you. Wow, anchovies. That's a trope. Look again. Anchovies and pineapple. Everything I touch turns to waste. Everything I waste gets recycled. Get in the pizza van, Michael. The van, Michael. Get in the van. No, man, I hate this song. Let me just turn that off. You like the Bee Gees, Michael? Not particularly. Name one of their albums. Go ahead. Any one of them. Really. Parallel parking. You know how to parallel park? No, I mean... Exactly. It's a myth created by the CIA to trick us into chasing the elusive dream of attempting to perfect symmetry. We can't play God, Michael. God is the meter maid, and your time is up. I'm sorry. Where are we going again? Oh, we're here. So, I mean, what exactly are we doing here? You feeling limber, Michael? Really, man? Really? You brought me all the way out here in the middle of the night to play Twister? I knew it. Go ahead, Michael. Spin the dial. No, I'm not spinning the dial. Spin the dial, Michael.
Spin the dial.
Left foot to red. Are you happy? Look again.
We're not friends anymore.
How does that make you feel? That's what I thought, you little bitch.
I totally forgot about this video.
It's raining outside.
So, do you know who Super Mega is?
Super Mega?
Yeah.
Of course I know who Super Mega is.
Okay, cool. Watch this masterpiece.
I'm ready. All right. Click.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I think I've seen this. It's
so good. I saw it today.
Open with shot of island, and then pan down through bubbles to reveal SpongeBob's street with Patrick's rock, Squidward's house, and SpongeBob's house.
It's drawn so well too.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
I'm ready, SpongeBob says, as he's already wearing his uniform for work because he's that excited. His hat falls down from the ceiling in this new contraption he made, so he's automatically ready. He puts his hand out, and he goes out to reach for the spatula, except he grabs it, nothing's there.
Oh, and just so that you know, the end of this video has no sound because apparently you got like a copyright thing, and like it totally ripped out the audio in that section.
Normal.
That sucks.
From Garfield. Yeah. It's normal from Garfield.
So then SpongeBob kills both of them and leaves the house and knocks on Patrick's door and is like, Patrick, I can't find my spatula.
Patrick's rock lifts up to reveal Patrick sitting in his armchair, fully nude. He's erect, and pre-cum is dripping down the shaft of his penis.
Oh my god.
That face.
SpongeBob, Patrick says. The rock closes back, but right before
I love how Squidward's house turned into Bill Cosby's head.
Wait, that happened?
Patrick's ripe asshole.
Hold on.
Like just now. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I gotta see that. I gotta go back.
And pre-cum is dripping.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
right
didn't
there.
even notice that. What?
But right before the last inch is shut, SpongeBob sees something shiny sprouting from Patrick's ripe asshole.
Wait a second! That was my spatula! With shock, SpongeBob tries to lift the rock again. And
Ryan is such
I
a genius.
he can't because it's too heavy.
This is Matt talking.
I mean, Matt.
Squidward to help me.
Yeah.
SpongeBob starts yelling at Squidward.
I just really want this to be an actual episode for SpongeBob.
It would be R-rated.
He runs up Squidward's house and shoots himself through the window, not knowing Squidward was taking a bubble bath with his new fiance.
Squidward sees
Oh
that
my
SpongeBob
God.
has now entered the room and
The
sees
guy
his
was Tom
fiancé
Kenny.
nude, and this upsets him. And he goes, SpongeBob!
SpongeBob goes, wait, I can't explain. Patrick has my spatula up his cornhole. And then Squidward goes, SpongeBob, if I promise to help you get this spatula out of Patrick's corn butthole, can I continue taking this bubble bath with my aroused fiance?
Sure! Squidward!
Sure.
They go to Patrick's rock.
That is so bad.
He's in there, Squidward!
Oh man.
Squidward tries to lift the rock like SpongeBob.
I want to know how long it took
Nothing
them to make
happens.
this video.
He goes, well, that's all I got. Patrick's rock is still closed. The only thing that could possibly even help SpongeBob is a scientific method of some sort. So he goes to a big fishbowl-like house with that Sandy lives in.
It's Sandy's house.
Yeah, it's just Sandy's house.
Okay.
You know, it's just Sandy's
So
house.
SpongeBob goes inside of Sandy's house and
Oh God.
Sandy, I need help. And Sandy climbs out of her little tree house.
She falls and breaks her neck and dies. SpongeBob then leaves sad.
Distraught, SpongeBob goes back to his house. Then it closes with like one of those circles that closes in, and it's closing, and then it stops on SpongeBob, and he looks at the camera, and he goes,
And then this is when it's cut off because of the copyright stuff.
But what did he say?
I have no clue.
This is when he says, "I'm ready."
I'm ready.
It's so good. It's
I'm
so
ready.
good.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was something.
Mm-hmm. And then there's wait. The best video I saw last night. This is hands down the best one.
Oh, I've seen this.
Good.
Oh wait, there's a new one?
No.
No, this is a new one. There's two of these.
Yeah, and this is the first one. At least I'm pretty sure this is the first one.
Is this the one where he puts the button in the cannon and then he puts Kirby on top?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I already showed this in the first episode.
Did you?
Yes. Yes, I did.
I don't recollect.
But you know what? But watch it again because it's good.
Nuts.
I love how your level of enthusiasm is 10 times as bad. Jesus Christ, those forearms.
Yeah, I know,
I always
right?
say it. I love how your level of enthusiasm is like 10 times more than what the first time I showed it.
Again, I don't recollect you showing this to me. That's one sad thing about my life. As much of a huge Kirby fan I am, I still don't have a plush of him.
You don't have a Kirby plush?
No. And it makes me sad.
Well, I have a Link plush. And that's my favorite. It's Toon Link, actually.
But that's not Kirby, is it?
No, but it's my favorite series of all time, and your favorite series of all time is Kirby. Austin, what the hell am I looking at? I've never actually seen that. What the hell is this?
This is mankind going too far.
Does it get better? Oh my god.
I mean, sure, let's say it does.
I am so terrified. Oh god, it can move its size.
Which, by the way, the YouTuber who made this video, he has like multiple of these, and they all have millions of views.
I am so flabbergasted. I am bewildered.
Flabbergasted and bewildered. Nice.
There's one with a laser. What is happening?
Yeah, like there's one with like many different ones.
3, 2.
You need no. This is a crime against humanity. This needs to be put down.
In all honesty, this needs to become a real show.
No, this needs to be put down.
I mean,
I tried to simulate a gun cocking back from.
yeah, I know, I could tell, and you failed miserably.
Shut up.
Rip.
It's so bad, it's good.
So bad, it's good. I love it. I think it's
I like
great.
how all the scenarios don't change either. They're just okay, well they're different.
Which they're coming out with a new Hatsune Miku game for the Switch, so I can't wait for it.
This needs to stop. Why is there no delete button on YouTube? Oh no, it's not one of these. Oh no, no. What is happening? Oh no, it's not one of these. Let me get that. Oh no. Austin, we're going into territories that are forbidden. All right? This is forbidden. Austin.
It's a work of art.
It's a work of art, but it's forbidden.
It's a work of art.
We're gonna get content ID'd so hard. This is gonna get so funny.
No, but like they actually took the panel from the manga and like actually gave it, yeah.
I like the music,
Like-
I will say, but
Oh yeah, the music is also good.
I feel like the FBI is like looking at me with a stern face.
Good.
He's like, listen more.
And the guy, sorry, the person who made it, they posted a 32-minute video showing what the process was for one of the panels, and they did it through Photoshop and After Effects, and I just sat there for the whole 32 minutes and just like
In awe,
I'm like-
shock, and wonder.
I was like, I want to learn to do this myself, but do I really want to?
Is this a real Dujin?
Like, do I want to? Like,
Is this a real Arrow manga? Austin?
what? No,
Is
it's
this real?
not.
Okay.
No, it's not.
All right, I can rest calmly that the FBI won't knock at my window. They're gonna be like, "You up?" Listen, the thing you watched earlier, yeah.
I knew all we needed to get Dad fit was a montage.
Yeah, and quick too. It was under a minute.
That tune is so annoying. Still got it going around in my head.
Me too.
This show is really something else, dude.
It is. Basically what's happening is they took the Amazing World of Gumball and put it with the opening put it to the opening of an anime that is currently airing right now.
This is why we can't have nice things, Austin.
Because people make art, like,
Well, that is just borderline uncomprehendable and unexplainable.
Okay, explain. And of course you're like, dude, I just said it's unexplainable. Explain.
Play the next video.
I actually do have another one. I'm just trying to find it.
I'm just kidding.
No,
These are all great.
No, there's one that I found last night, and it kind of made me remind myself of like what YouTube content was like before 2010, and like this
Right.
is like a really, and of course this came out like only like a year or two ago.
He's a phantom.
But like, I just love the creativity of this man.
What is happening?
I love the creativity of this man.
This
Like,
reminds me of Small.
inside of it, his molecules got rearranged.
This is gonna. You're gonna get.
The other guy.
Here to fight for me and you. Did you see the? Hold on. That's cool. No, I have to show you this really good friggin' meme that I found.
This really good freaking meme.
Sorry.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to your stupidity.
Oh, thanks. That's why I'm here. Yeah, sure. You're a liar.
I think it's this one. I'll do a watch of it real quick to see if it is. Oh yes, it is. Sorry, here it is.
Okay, so really quick before this next one, there's something called AMVs. And this has been around for a while. And
So
essentially what
Linkin Park
people
in the end.
and what people basically do is they take an anime, take scenes from it, and have it go with a song from real life, and like kind of turn it into like a music video
Oh,
within a sense.
I see.
this
Queen.
this has been a thing since like the early to mid 2000s. But this one came out last year, and I actually saw it. I saw it at a convention, and it actually got in the top 3. Within like the top 3, and like winning 3rd place or something like that. And like I can see why, because it was really good. So basically, what they did was they took the show K-On!, which is a show about girls in high school who just like to play music.
Right.
And they put it with the trailer to Queen, for the Bohemian Rhapsody movie,
Which was really good, by
And-
the way.
Oh yeah, it's a great film. But I was very impressed by this video because the way they did it worked so well.
It
And of
kinda
course you can
does.
say that this is like the humble thing that we do at the end.
Oh yes, the wholesome thing.
Yeah. Yeah, wholesome thing. I can't.
Fidelity.
I can't do the high pitch.
Fidelity.
Boom.
So now what?
This is when the operatic section.
The operatic section, yeah.
Mamma mia.
Oh god. This
Like
is well
it's
done.
done so well. Personally, I thought it should have won first place, but it's whatever. At least it got into the top 3.
Something about girls singing a Queen song. And everyone's just like, yeah. Okay, that sold it. The K-On! At the end.
Yeah. Which of course that kind of reminds me. There
Ooh,
was
one more thing.
So
But yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So for those of you who do not know what a bridge video is, basically people take scenes from an anime and like do their own voice work over it.
Right.
There's a lot of great ones, but originally I had my own planned one because since I actually learned how to do like all the work for that, but like I just never actually got to do it. And not just that, right when I was like about to ready to do it, I completely scrapped the original and built more upon it, like making it like a 5-minute thing into like a full-fledged 20 something minute thing.
Right.
But of course that's when I had my my
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but this is important.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Here he goes. Okay, I'm done.
so really quick for those of you who aren't seeing it, it's something that our mutual friend Mikey made.
Yes.
And like it's just him just fading out of existence, essentially.
Change the world. My final message. Goodbye. So good. Sorry,
yeah,
you continue.
But yeah, I had plans for my stutter right now. For an abridged video. Originally it was supposed to be around 5 minutes, and then that's when I scrapped it and like came up with something that was like a full-fledged episode.
Oh yeah, the one that I did voice acting for?
Yeah. Like I completely scrapped it because I was able to come up with a way to make it into a full-fledged thing. So like I was working on that. I started working on that, and then that's when my whole anxiety and panic attacks stuff was happening. So I was like, well, I got to pick and choose the things that I have to stop for now, and that was one of them.
So sad. It would have been so good.
And like I still have some of the preset stuff, so like I could go back to it if I want to.
Change the world.
But for right now, I just don't feel like it. But the best way to sum it up, the thing that I was doing, I took the show Prison School, which is already a comedy, and basically I was trying to turn a comedy out of a comedy by focusing on the fact that it's stupid to do a comedy off of a comedy, because by the end of the day, you can't make fun of a comedy, and it's just like, well, that's the point. That's the joke. Like,
thick thighs and apple pie.
So that was actually a practice I did. You know what? Screw it. I'll show it.
Oh, you got it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that.
For like the 12-second thing that I did with my voice, yeah.
Change the world. My final message. Goodbye.
Yeah, so this is what I was able to come up for like 12 seconds.
It's like what my grandfather used to say.
Thick thighs, apple pie.
How many views does that get?
I think 56 or something like that.
Dude, no one shares the love for good old
Please,
German.
please, Gakuto, pass me your wisdom.
Can I?
It's
okay.
It's like my grandfather used to say, thick thighs, apple pies.
Dude, can we just talk about how big of a cursed image you are?
What do you mean?
Dude, like, all right, you're a normal man. Don't get me wrong. I'm not messing with your looks, but like,
what do you mean?
You without a beard is the most cursed thing I've ever seen in
oh yeah. Oh yeah. So that's one thing I forgot to mention in the very beginning of this podcast. I meant to say another life update. I shaved off my beard because the maintenance was. I wasn't keeping up with the maintenance, so like I just had to get rid of all of it so that they can grow back in and like I can get back into it. Dude, but yeah, a lot of people aren't happy right now with my beard being gone.
I'm not messing with you, bro. Like that is the most scariest thing.
Say it. Bro, say it. I'm ugly.
You look bad. Ugly. You look really bad without yours.
Say it. I look ugly.
Just no, it's not that you don't look ugly or anything like that. That's not the issue. The issue is we are not used to seeing you without a beard. You look genuinely like different and uncomfortable. You look like a walking cursed image. So, I'm not trying to make fun of you.
So like, here's my thing. Before you even mentioned the fact of me not having a beard, I thought you were calling me a cursed image because of the fact that I was able to make a 12-second clip filled with a comedic voiceover. Quote unquote. I will admit it's not that good, but like,
no, dude, like people would see you and they would know what I'm talking about. It's like one of those pictures that you would take with like the flash on and it's just really uncomfortable because there's a blurry image. Like if you were to do that in the middle of the night and it was just your face in a blurry like movement state, you could pull off a really good cursed image and upload it to like a Facebook profile and like get millions of hits.
Thanks.
I'm not trying to make fun of you.
I don't know what else to say to that. Like,
no, it's
thanks. Like,
bro, yo, to your hairs, bro, grow faster.
Well, I mean, it takes 2 weeks for it to come in and to be like, yeah, bro, like it only takes 2 weeks.
Let me level with you for a second.
For me, but what?
You be a cursed image.
Okay,
all right,
I get that.
I'm sorry.
I hear what you're saying. And I just want you to know that you can get bent, son. Like
what does that even mean? Like on my bed?
Whoa. So because since I did show like a couple of not so wholesome things, let's have one more wholesome thing so that we can actually have that as like the last thing that we see. Man, just look at this kitty cat.
This is
he.
Okay. It just he. I creamed.
But before we sign off, reminder: you can listen to the first 2 episodes of our podcast on Podbean. .com. And there is also an app for Podbean as well. If you are a listener, if I remember correctly, it is free unless if the content creator makes their stuff premium, then that's a totally different scenario. But for us, it's free. And
yeah.
And either today, if not today, then sometime later on during the week, our first 2 episodes will also be on iTunes, and determining on the performances on both Podbean and iTunes, that will determine if I will invest my own money to start investing more into that so that we have all of our stuff there and yeah, more options and more availability. So those of you who are listening on Podbean or iTunes, you can check out WeTALK podcast on YouTube so that you can see the visual stuff. And of course, if you are able to comment on both Podbean and YouTube of what things we can do better as a podcast, that would be great. But more importantly, share some videos that you like and that you have seen and that we maybe in that we haven't.
Memes are always appreciated.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. I love you guys.
We love you.
So, see ya.
See ya. Bye.